Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And as always, if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box in order to do so, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member of the channel. So with that being said, today we are doing, as promised, why are women secretly attracted to you? I did one for men earlier this month. Well, it was at the end of January and I said in that reading I was going to do one for why are women secretly attracted to you, and I'm just now getting to it. So with that being said, we are going to be using the Wind Soul Oracle cards here today by Leela Ravenswood, or Lila. It could be Leela or Lila. This is the book, if you're wondering what it is. So let us go ahead and hop to your prayer, and we will get this reading underway. All right. Perfect. All right, my beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come on here, even if it's for a moment's time or for the entire time. I ask that you open our hearts so that we can see our true value and see our true worth. And while these readings are fun and entertaining, to remind us that no matter what messages come through, no matter what is said, whether it is neutral, positive, or even negative, right? That it is not a reflection of who we truly are at our core. Then in fact, we are actually borrowing these vessels for a time, and that they rarely reflect the truth of our core and the truth of our being. And I ask that you open us up to this wisdom of who each of us are, so that we can walk in our own truth, in our own authenticity, and remember that no matter how anyone else sees us, that the only thing that truly matters is how we see ourselves. May these words come true as they are spoken upon this tribe and upon this reading. So shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. All right, let me go ahead and set that up over here. Get that out of the way. All right, so I did give these a shuffle beforehand, so we'll just go ahead and hop to it, and we'll get into your reading today. So source, what wild soul oracle card will help us better understand why women are secretly attracted to pile number one? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number one? What oracle card will help us better understand that today? Okay, thank you. Okay, and source for pile number two. What wild soul oracle card will help us better understand why women are secretly attracted to pile number two? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number two? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number two? Okay, thank you. Okay, and for pile number three, source, what wild soul oracle card will help us better understand why women are secretly attracted to pile number three? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number three? Okay. On the bottom, we have resourcefulness. Oh, I actually really love that this came out for the collective reading with the raccoon here. Right? It's not all things are simple in life. And so one of the main things of why women are attracted to my collective right now is because of their resourcefulness, because of their ability to find solutions with what they already have at disposal, right? It's like you don't have to go and spend extra money, or you don't have to go and try to figure out a whole new way to tackle your problems. It's like you're looking at what's going on, and you look at what you've already learned and what you have and the knowledge that you've gained, and you use that to your advantage. And that is something that women find incredibly attractive. It's also something like, you know, this energy of leading, right? Especially if you have masculine energy. You don't have to be a masculine, right? But if you hold masculine energy, like feminine energy really likes a masculine energy to lead. And so right now with this energy, it's this coming through. It's like you're leading, and even if you don't identify with the masculine, that's okay. It's like you're able to fluidly go in and out between masculine and feminine energy. It says the raccoon here. Let's take a look at it. The raccoon is known for its cleverness and its adaptability, symbolizes resourcefulness and the ability to thrive in diverse environments. Raccoons are skilled at finding solutions to problems and making the most of what's available. Exactly what I was saying. This card suggests that you may need to tap into your resourcefulness to overcome a challenge or make the best of a situation. The raccoon reminds you that creativity and adaptability are powerful tools in your arsenal. It says tap into your resourcefulness and make the best of your current situation. Creativity and adaptability will help you find solutions. If it comes out in reverse, and I don't actually read reversals on these, but I always read the reversal out of the book. It says your resourcefulness may be turning into manipulation or exploitation. Consider whether you're using your skills in a way that is fair and ethical. And questions to be explored are: how can I be more resourceful in this situation? Am I being manipulative or exploitive? And what creative solutions can I find, right? So the main thing for the collective right now is definitely the resourcefulness. And if any of you are going through difficult situations, there are a lot of women who are observing that and watching you find seemingly flawless solutions, although it might not feel like it to you. To them, it seems flawless, and it's very, very attractive at this time. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have this beautiful seashell for you to choose from. Okay. And for pile number 2, we have this beautiful seashell for you to choose from. Okay. And pile number 3, we have this beautiful seashell for you to choose from. I'm sorry, I do not know the names of seashells. I just know they're seashells. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And with that, I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful seashell here, okay, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on why are women secretly attracted to you. I first do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out why are women secretly attracted to pile number 1. Source, what can you tell us Why do women secretly find pile number 1 attractive? Why are they secretly attracted to pile number 1? What would you like to share with us today, Source? Okay, so we've got the 4th house. Oh, I love that Venus showed up in your reading, Virgo and Venus. All right, let's see what's coming through here. You remind them of home, right? Like you're very patient, very kind, very observant. You know, also I feel like there's this element that you're unobtainable. Like you don't ever want to settle down, or that it would be difficult to get you to settle down. And so there's this element of wanting to like be able to tame you in a way that they feel like even if they could, like you'd still be a wild spirit. Oh, it's cute. Right? But that you're incredibly attractive. Like physically, you're very attractive and you're very magnetic. I feel like you have a very calming soul. Like when people are around you, like they just want to spend time with you, and people might not say a lot to you, or like you'll have these conversations, but then you might have periods of just silence. And I feel like at times maybe you've been wondering, like, is this awkward silence? Like, this is, maybe it's weird. Maybe they think it's weird. But most of the time, women are very welcoming of that silence when they're with you. Because it's just like nothing's going on. Like, even in their mind, like, their minds are just silent. And it's, like, calming. And that is a rare thing, especially for women. Like, that's a rare thing for women to experience without a lot of practice. And so I feel like they just feel very comforted when they're around you, and very much like this is a place where I could spend a lot of time with. This is a person I could spend a lot of time with. Like this silence is something that I'm comfortable with, and I don't feel like I need to be thinking about all these things when I'm with pile number 1. That you are very much like a nurturing energy as well. Right? And they see like the ability like to build a family with you as well. Like you would be really great to have for family. I feel like they find you very attractive because you're just very generous, and you're very clean and tidy, and you're helpful, and you're very conscious of a lot of things, including the environment. But I also feel like you're very conscious of your health and of what works for you. You might not be like hyper working out all the time, but you may be a vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian. Like you eat incredibly good, healthy meals, like well-balanced meals. And that's something like you might cook for yourself. And a lot of women find that incredibly enduring and sexy. Like, wow, like this pile 1, they know how to cook. Like they know where it's at. Like I want to eat some of their food because it smells delicious when they bring it around. But food is love. That is. And I feel like you want healthy food, but you still love to give yourself nutritious food, right? And so they do see you as someone who is relationship status. It could be even marriageable, like marriage status, right? But they think that you would bring them a lot of pleasure, a lot of peace, a lot of balance, that you might give gifts because you might have a love language of gift giving, or even, what is that, a love language of affirming others. And that's something that they find really attractive about you as well. So they're secretly thinking about you. I feel like there's a lot of women that might do that whole high school thing or middle school thing where they write your name in a notebook and put hearts all around it and just like wonder what it's like to be, in a connection with you. Like, what would it be like to be in a connection with pile number 1? Okay, so I'm going to use my Nicola. What's the name of it? I always forget the name of this tarot deck. The Nicoletta Sicoli. Yeah, Nicoletta Sicoli. I had it right here on top. I just had to grab it. Tarot today. So, Source, why are women secretly attracted to pile number 1? What else would you like to share with us today? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number one? They like to watch you do whatever you do, right? Like, whether that's working or taking care of family or taking care of life. It's like, you might have a lot of women that follow you around when you're out and about. They're like, or you notice that, like, when you're at the store, maybe there's certain women that you keep running into. Like, okay, we just were down this aisle together. Now I'm on the other side of the store, and now we're in this aisle together. Like, what's going on? It's because they're just kind of following you around. Not in a creepy way, but they're just like, you know, trying to take in as much of you as they can. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number one, source? Thank you. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number one? Oh, thank you. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number one? What would you like to share with us, source? Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're very balancing. It's like a lot of things that have happened. I feel like maybe there's a lot of women that come to you for advice. You know, and if you didn't watch the intro, I did a collective reading in the intro, and I talked about, because the raccoon came out on the bottom of the deck, which is resourcefulness. And so there's this energy where it's like maybe they come to you for advice and you help them rebalance their lives, or like your advice gives them the courage to keep going on. And so it's like having that in their lives would just be something they feel like they could trust you to make sure that they have a safe environment to blossom in. And that's why they find you incredibly attractive. On the bottom. Yeah, you're definitely in boss energy with the King of Coins here on the bottom of the deck. Right? So you're very stable. You could be financially stable, emotionally stable. I mean, we're talking about having maybe a CEO position here. You could be an owner of a company, of a business, or just be in management, or, you know, have a very high position with the company. You take care of people, and you share a lot of knowledge with them. And that's something that women find incredibly attractive about you. And you're also not afraid to set emotional boundaries. Like, we've got the Queen and the King of Coins coming out with this emotional boundary. So, like, I feel like a lot of women recognize that, like, to get to you, they would have to come up to your level, right? Like, they wouldn't just be able to just show up willy-nilly and you accept them. And they recognize that. So a lot of women do put you on a pedestal, okay? But it's not without just cause. I mean, no one should really be on a pedestal in life, but it's like they put you on a pedestal because you're a very rare individual who's very stable. You take care of yourself. You take care of the things around you, including the people that are around you. And that's something that they really, really, really like. Look at this. We have 5 and 5. You cause them to change. Like, so you could be someone that elicits shadow work in people without recognizing it. Like, you might trigger people, and I feel like a lot of women around you get triggered by you, but at the same time, it's almost like that's what draws them in. It's like realizing they're letting go of old baggage, or like maybe women that have had really bad relationships in the past, pile number one, and they see you and they're like, that's the type of person that I want in my life, is whoever you are. And they really, really feel like you could help them find stability. And that's the number one thing that's coming through for you, pile one, is stability. Like, you're stable in a lot of different areas in your life, and you make them feel safe, and that's why they're so attracted to you. I do feel like you're an incredibly attractive person. Like, something about your eyes, also the chin area, there's something about like the lower version of the lower the lower part of your face, so like from the cheeks, the lips, and like your chin, like a very strong chin, very like set chin. Also, like the eyes keep coming through, and hands. There's something about your hands, like, that they find incredibly attractive as well. But I feel like for most of you, pile one, it actually, even though you're very attractive, like, that's just a bonus, because even no matter how you look, like they would still find you attractive because you're a very secure and stable person, and would be willing to take care of them in a way that they've never been taken care of. And this is something I think they fantasize a lot about, is you taking care of them, just being a support system in their life, being a listening ear for them, and being there for them in their hardest of times. It's not necessarily about the physical for them. It's really about the emotional stability that you bring. And so there's this big change that you bring to them just by being you and bringing your energy in. And so it's like I said, it's like a lot of women know they wouldn't be able to come up to you unless they rise up to your standards, right? With this Queen of Coins energy here. And in order to do that, they have to let go of their past, and they have to let go of what they were holding on to before. And so you elicit this change in them, and it gives them a sense of freedom. Okay, yeah, we have the King of Swords here. You're a very honest person. And honesty is a rare commodity in this day and age, right? Like it's very difficult to find honest people in the world. That should not be a statement that's said, right? Like it just shouldn't. People should honor honesty above all else. But I feel like there's just a lot of people who don't. I feel like the reason that you're so honest, Pile One, is that same thing. Like you've been lied to, you've been cheated, you've been betrayed. Like you've had a lot of people in your life that didn't respect you when they should have respected you, because you were giving them your energy and your time and your effort, and they didn't take you seriously. And so you had to step up into these very masculine energies, right? The King of Coins is a very nurturing energy too, right? You don't get this far without nurturing what you planted. But the King of Swords is just like, while he's a very honest person, he can cut the soul, right? Like, it's like this energy of like, I'm going to tell you the truth. And it's not that I'm trying to hurt your feelings, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And it can sometimes come across as cold. And I feel like that's what happens to a lot of these women. It's like, maybe they've been lied to as well, like you. And they're finding you secretly attractive because they've been cut by your honesty, or they've been cut by you being clear about your boundaries. And all of a sudden it went from being like hurt by you to realizing like that's what it means to actually have healthy connections in life, and not realizing that before they were always just letting anybody in willy-nilly. And so I feel like since it came out in the reverse, I don't take these in the reversals. I feel like that's what women were dealing with in the past, or like the King of Swords energy in the reverse, where it's always just been smooth talkers, like people telling them what they want to hear. And you're not a person that's going to go and tell someone what they want to hear. You're going to tell them what they need to hear. And especially if that's at work or just in life in general, like you're not out here trying to sugarcoat things for people to make their egos feel better. It's like you're giving people very honest answers and very straightforward answers. And this is why women are secretly attracted to you. And they might act hurt by you sometimes. Like they might make a big deal about it, be a little dramatic about it. It's because they're wondering like, will you come rushing in to like make things better? And so some of the women might be playing at that, but I do feel like most of the time it's like women are like, oh my gosh, like that really hurt Pile One. And they go home and they reflect on it and they're like, but Pile One was so honest with me, and I've never had someone be that honest with me before. Right? And that's what makes them feel like you would just be this very stable energy in their lives and give them so much more than they ever had before. Let's get some clarifiers out here. Wow, okay. So look at that. We've got the Empress energy coming out. That's what I was saying. Like you're in this very masculine energy, but you're also incredibly nurturing and full of creativity, right? Very clever. And if you caught the collective reading, it makes sense as well with the raccoon. I'm just going to show you real quick if you didn't catch it. This is the raccoon card. And it's just talking about that resourcefulness, like very creative about life and what it is that you're bringing into your life, and the solutions that you create because of what's coming in or what's going out of your life. And they really, really like that. And they feel like if they came into your life, that you would nurture them in a way with your honesty and with your truth that they've never been nurtured before, and that they've never been supported before either, right? We think about the Empress, and the Empress is connected to Venus energy here. What's peaking? I have to look because it's showing here. Yeah, so we've got the Strength card here, right? Like that's one of your strongest suits, is you being very attractive and magnetic and stable and financially free, and you also nurture those things about you, and I feel like that's one of your biggest strengths. It's not about your money. That's not what they're secretly attracted to, although there are probably some women that are only attracted to that. There's something about your energy that says, I'm a safe person. And I feel like you've been hurt a lot in your past, and it's hard for you to trust women. It's hard for you to trust that there's a potential relationship in, you know, your future, or like even if you're with someone right now, like, you know, it took you a long time to get to that point of saying like, I trust them, or I'm gonna like let them in and be vulnerable with them. And it's because of those past situations. You had to become that nurturing energy for yourself so that you could balance that. It's like you have this good balance between masculine and feminine energies. So let's get some more clarifiers out here. Can you please clarify the Five of Wands energy here? Okay, yeah, totality with the Five of Wands again from an entirely different deck. Wow, okay, so this is really telling here. So the Five of Wands is like, life fell apart and it just tumbled down. And then after tumbling down, you found a sense of balance. So a lot of women find you, secretly find you attractive because they recognize that you've built up from nothing. So a lot of these women could have known you for some time, or have known you since you've had some hardships in your life and watched you grow through those hardships. And they see you doing the impossible. Right? We don't see a net in this card. We don't see safety in this card. And I feel like that's another reason why. Isn't that interesting? There's no safety in this card. And it's like feeling like you had to do the impossible by yourself. You had to overcome a lot by yourself without the guarantee that things were going to work out for you. And that's what created stability for yourself. And that's why women find you secretly attractive. It's like you've gone through all these hard things and you've learned how to set higher standards for yourself, not take less than you deserve, and you know your worth and your value. On the bottom, we have the Miser with the Four of Coins. So there's an element that I was saying, like there might be some women here who are attracted to you because of your pockets, because of your money. Right? But I also feel like the other thing is here is that they wonder, a lot of women wonder, like, are you showing all your cards? They feel like you're not showing all your cards here. Like you might actually be even more wealthy than you put on. So you might have a lot more in the bank, or you might have a lot more that you could do than you put on. Like you might just be someone who's very minimalistic, and, you know, you could live a minimalist life, but you could just be like, you know, I buy the same clothes because they're comfortable. Like, why would I try to buy something else? If I like what I like, I'm just going to buy that. And it's very similar. And you could be kind of monotonous in a way, like, you know, the same work clothes, the same shoes. Like, even when you need to get replacement shoes, you always go get the same shoes again. And it's like, but maybe like when you're out and about, you might have, you know, clothes that you like to go and lounge about in that are, you know, a lot more fancy, or like go out in that are a lot more fancy. But I feel like a lot of these women don't see that side of you. They could have seen you in sweatpants and the same sweatpants all the time, or just, you know, it's like maybe you wear the same 5 outfits, or you wear like the same 10 outfits to work or something like that. And so they feel like you're not showing all your hands, and that makes you mysterious, and that makes you even more attractive. And then we have, yeah, aloneness with the Hermit energy here. Yeah. So that's the other thing here. It's like you could very well be single with this Hermit card coming out. And I feel like maybe, you know, you've had a lot of women who are like, hey, would you like to go out? You know, can we get something going here? You may have turned down a lot of women, right? You may have turned down a lot of offers. And it's because I feel like you're in this place of healing. You're in this place of really integrating those lessons and letting them, you know, sit well with you. Like, okay, this is something I've learned, and I need to be honest with myself. Like, I don't want to just jump from one thing to the other. And I also feel like you know, with aloneness, it's interesting that this card says aloneness. So it's like, even if you're not single, it's like you enjoy time by yourself, but you're never lonely. Like, you don't feel lonely in your company. Like, you're not over here like begging for attention from people. You're very happy being alone. And this goes back to confirm what I was saying earlier, like that sense of peace that they feel with you when they're around your energy. It's like you're so connected to yourself and you're so grounded in yourself that there's always this sense of peace around you, and you help them see things from an entirely different perspective. And this is why women are secretly attracted to you. We have the Two of Cups peeking out from this deck with the friendliness energy. You're a very kind person, very compassionate. You know, it's like you're also very fair. I feel like you're always seeing both sides of the story. And part of that's just because of the hardships that you've been through, and you're not afraid to share, like, you know, hey, I can see where both people are coming from here. Like, there's no need to take one side or the other because both sides are valid, but we have to find some sort of compromise. And that's the other energy that I was talking about earlier. It's like that might hurt some women. Like, why can't you just side with me? And you're like, because both sides are valid. And they don't recognize it until later, like when it's sunk in and they're outside of their feelings and they're realizing like, oh, like pile one actually had the wisdom that I needed. And I wasn't in a place to listen to it, but now I can see that. So let's get some oracles out and see what comes through. And I'm also going to get some descriptions for you as well. So Source, what else would you like to say to pile number one? Mars, yeah, move forward and defend self. Very, very balanced energy. I feel like you've balanced out both your masculine and your feminine energy, which is very calming in itself, because when you need to be very active, very action-oriented, you are, but you're also not afraid to be very receptive and nurturing. Huge Virgo energy coming out here. You could have Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You could have Virgo in the 4th house. You could have Virgo in the 5th house and Virgo in the 12th house. Those are very powerful energies that are coming through here. Also Leo energy and Taurus energy and Gemini energy is coming through as well. Mercury, Gemini, and Virgo energy. Interesting. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Yeah, so some of this has to do with the way that you communicate as well. I also feel like you have a very sultry voice. Like, that sounds so strange to say, right? But I feel like it's very deep. It's very calming. You take your time to say what you want to say, and you're not trying to rush through anything. And so people listen when you talk. So it's like the minute that you talk, the whole room is paying attention to you. Like, you command presence, and that's another thing that women are secretly attracted to when it comes to you. We've got Libra energy, consideration, fairness, and harmony. What was I saying? You're a very fair person. I love that confirmation. Thank you so much, Source. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to get some of these, the love and money cards. All right, Source. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number one? Cards are sliding all over the place. Okay, so we've got consumerism. Focus on material wealth and neglects true happiness. Unending desire for more satisfaction is elusive. Okay, that's this miser energy that's coming through. I do feel like some women are very attracted to you because of your financial status, okay? So there are some gold diggers that are coming through here, but I feel like there's also a group of women that are incredibly attracted to you because of your energy. It's not what you make. It's not anything about you physically. It's about your energy and the spiritual side of things. Yeah, look, we've got sudden wealth. False security lingers in material abundance, making deeper voids. Constant craving for external validation dims the value of inner worth. That's why I was saying, like, you know your worth, right? And that's the thing here. Like, you've had to spiritually grow through this process, and maybe you were brokenhearted by a woman who was a gold digger. And it was like, well, fine, if you're going to be like that, then I'm going to go and make money, but I'm also going to heal myself in the process, right? Sometimes that's what it takes for us to go and truly pour into ourselves, even though it sucks. Like, but we learn some of the most valuable lessons from people who are like this, because we taught them what love was, but they teach us what self-love is. And sometimes it's really hard. We have celebration 71. Look, harmony, peace, joy, togetherness. Celebration. Celebrate love with simple acts of kindness and give with an open heart, expecting nothing in return. Wasn't I saying I felt like you might have the love language of gift giving or words of affirmation, like to lift others up? Like that's something that you really enjoy doing, and that's something that women are very attracted to. They're secretly attracted to that. They might come to you just to get that from you all the time because it feels so good, but also that peace when they're together with you in the silence, right? I love these confirmations. On the bottom, we have help, seeking help, craving out support. Help arrives from unexpected quarters. Invisible forces of help guide you through troubled waters. As I'm saying, like you've helped them heal, you've helped them overcome hardships, you've helped them with a lot of different things in their lives, and it's like, even if they might be upset about it at first, like they recognize that you were helping them heal a deeper part of themselves. Reclaim your power with 44. 44, the master number of strength, stability, structure, foundations, right? That very strong energy. You can't get stronger than that. That's the master number for true strength, being able to step solidly on the ground, being completely grounded in yourself and reclaiming your power. And I feel like that's exactly what you've done. So there have been women here who've watched you go from a place of not feeling very powerful to coming into this very powerful energy, and they find that secretly attractive. We've got nothing is wasted with vulture. And I feel like this is what I was saying earlier. It's like if there are some gold diggers here, it's, you know, in that energy, maybe you had to heal from something like that, or someone who was only with you because you could provide them with money or whatever, and they didn't care about you. They only cared about what you could give them. Realizing that nothing is wasted here. And that's something that others are seeing in you as well. Like you have been through it all, and you still are a kind and generous person, and you're still a very grounded person, and you're very emotionally secure. We have the gambler flipping over here with light attributes, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Shadows, relying on luck rather than hard work. You feel like coming into listening to your intuition has been something that's been very challenging for you. An angel, yeah, you definitely do help people a lot. We have helping those in need with no expectation of anything in return, right? Giving with an open heart, expecting nothing in return. Help. Like you're a very helpful person. You're a very outgoing person too. It's like you want people to feel supported and loved and taken care of. And you do, that's why I was saying, like, you're very, like, you know, the father wound happens because we have no one in our life to give us constructive criticism, to lift us up, or to tell us like, hey, you did a really good job. What if you tried it this way next time? Let me know how that works out for you. And then have a comparison and contrast. You know, a lot of the father wound comes from fathers or the masculines in our lives expecting us to be someone that we're not, or expecting us to be extensions of them, or putting us into the ground and, you know, like saying like, well, it's tough love, and their tough love is actually abusive, right? And so I feel like you've had to learn how to be that very stable father for yourself, right? And again, it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine, none of that matters. It's just you've had to learn how to father yourself, and that's given you this energy of being able to help others without expecting anything in return, right? Like, I'm just here because I needed this, and now I'm bringing this into the world. And so the shadow is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Yeah, so I feel like you've definitely been through it, and having to listen to your intuition has been something that's been a challenge, but so useful for you. Look, and the goddess, that's what I was saying, like the balance of masculine and femininity in your energy is so amazing. The feminine is expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. You've learned how to be the mother to yourself and the father to yourself, which balances out the masculine and feminine energies within. It says the shadow is exploitation of the female nature and form. Yeah, so you're just a very easygoing energy that is, it's like I could approach you and I wouldn't have to worry about judgment from you. I wouldn't have to worry about you hurting me. You know, I know that you're going to be completely honest with me. Let's get one of these out for them. Okay. We have high tide, embrace transformation and harness the energy of change to fuel your growth. So again, another confirmation here that like you help others change. Like you're some sort of transmitter or transmuter of energy. Like you help others transmute their energy and you trigger others, but with the purpose of helping them to heal. And so they might not get it at first, but later they do appreciate it. We have echoes of Atlantis, embrace rebirth and transformation, knowing that every end is a new beginning. Yeah, they might not appreciate it at first. In fact, they might be like, I don't like this. Let's get a shadow aspect and then we'll get some description messages out for you, pile number 1. What's the shadow aspect of this reading? Look, I can't make this up. We have crushed. You're hurting emotionally right now and you need time to heal before you jump in again. Wasn't I saying that earlier? Like, just that betrayal, the hurt, the pain. It's like not wanting to jump right into another relationship, even if, and maybe that's how it was before you got married or before you got together with someone, if you do have someone in your life. We've tangled web, convoluted, justifications, caught up, and entranced. Yeah, so there was definitely someone in your energy that was not a good energy to be around at some point. Remembering that we're all at different parts of our journey. So, wow, here I was. Usually I'm so on that, but I'm going to get some descriptions. I apologize. It is a little bit loud. I didn't realize that until I was recording. And so please, I apologize for just jumping right in. I was so excited to get some descriptions. But if you have sensitive ears, you can mute it. And then when I'm done, I'll do this in the screen so you can come back. That's about how it sounds, is how it sounded right now. So with that, let's get some descriptions. Here we go. All right, Source, what are some description messages for pile number 1? What are some description messages for pile number 1? Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Thank you. All right. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Keep hearing that Alicia Keys song in my head. Falling, I think is the name of it. It's been a long time since I've heard that. So I feel like there's a lot of women that are falling in love with you. Like they definitely wish they could have you. But there's only one you, pile 1. So, you know. We have an underbite. Okay, so they are secretly attracted to you with, if you have an underbite. Olive colored skin. Something exotic. Okay, you could be a doctor. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Your integrity. I love that this came out for you, pile 1. I love that. All right, we've got, is this EMT? No, okay. The comedian. So I heard EMT. That's why I asked if this was EMT, because I heard it. So you could be an EMT as well. But we've got the comedian. You could be a comic. You could just really like to tell jokes. Okay, so scowl. Maybe you scowl all the time. He said with a scowl. Sideburns. Wasn't I saying that like the lower half of your face? Yeah, so sideburns would definitely be along with that. All right, so we've got snub nose. Okay. Bedroom eyes. Yes, something about your eyes. I said that in the beginning. And this bag is full of, there's so many things in here. Okay, smooth talker. Okay, so like back to what I was saying, like maybe you are a smooth talker, but you're honest. Like you might tell people really good things, but you're also honest. It's like you say the truth when the truth is necessary. You're not out here trying to lie or manipulate people. Open up, homie. Button nose. So something about your nose. Definitely have a good looking nose or cute nose. You're cautious. Yeah, this makes so much sense. So these are all things that women are secretly attracted to when it comes to you. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Wild Soul card and we'll see what came through for you. Balance. Oh my goodness. Can we just take a minute to appreciate Source? Like, wow. Thank you so much, Source. Balance. Haven't this whole time I've been talking about how you're balanced out between your masculine and your feminine energies. Because that's what it feels like. It just feels like you're so balanced, like you've done so much healing. You're just in this very centered, grounded place. Oh, I love this reading, pile one. It says a sea lion effortlessly moving between land and the sea symbolizes balance and adaptability. It teaches us to navigate different aspects of life with grace, maintaining equilibrium even in changing environments. This card suggests finding harmony between your responsibilities and personal needs. The sea lion encourages you to remain flexible while keeping your life balanced. Seek balance between different areas of your life. Flexibility and adaptability will help you maintain harmony. You may be neglecting one area of your life, causing imbalance. Consider if you're focusing too much on one aspect at the expense of others. And the questions to ponder here: where do I need more balance? Am I neglecting something important? And how can I better adapt to changing circumstances? Yeah, so balance. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is such a great reading. So amazing. All right. So this is what I see here for you, pile number one. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little scale emoji down below, you know, the balance scales. Say, I am balanced between my masculine and feminine energies, and I move fluidly through this life to what is in alignment with my highest good. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here. And with that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides for coming through to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, pile number one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful shell, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on why are women secretly attracted to you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it. Find out, why are women secretly attracted to pile number two, source? What would you like to share with us today? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number two? What would you like to come through? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number two, source? Okay, so we've got 7th house. I love that the 7th house made an appearance for you. We've got Sagittarius energy and the sun. Here comes the sun, na, 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 na. Here comes the sun, and I said, yeah, you're like the sunshiny disposition. You are very outgoing. You'd have Leo placements very highly aspect in your chart. You could have sun, moon, rising, or Venus in Leo. But it also feels like you're very adventurous. Like you like to play around a lot, right? Like, but with purpose, right? You're not just out here playing stupid pranks on people, or if you are, like, you want to make sure that everybody's laughing. Like, you don't want people to get hurt by pranks. And so I feel like you always have a smile on your face, and you're incredibly smart and incredibly witty. And you could be studying, you know, like going back to school for like a master's, a PhD, bachelor's degree, or even associates, right? It doesn't matter. You could just be going back to college to get a degree or higher education. You could be a lawyer. You could be a paralegal. You could be a historical teacher, professor, okay? You could be a history buff, love history. You could also be a tarot card reader. You could also be a diviner. Like, you could use different forms of divination. You could be very spiritual as well. These are all things that women find incredibly attractive about you. Like, if any one of those things resonated with you, that's what they really like about you, is like, you're not afraid to be who you are. So, like, take history, for example. Like, if you're a history buff, like, you always find a fun way to include a history lesson in things. So it's like, not like Sheldon Status from The Big Bang Theory. It's not like that. It's like, I don't know, say someone mentions the pyramids or something, you're like, oh, hey, there's this cool fact about a pyramid that no one knows about, and you share it, but it's actually like fun information, right? It's like you somehow make boring information fun. That's what they really like about you. And it just goes like hand in hand with this very, very bright light energy that you have. Women are secretly attracted to you as well because they see you as like relationship status, marriage status material. And, you know, it's like, I mean, you're obviously way more than that, but they do. They see you as someone they could marry. They see you as someone that they could have a family with. Yeah, I keep going back to like a lawyer. Like, you could very well be a lawyer. I know that's a very specific message that's coming in here, but it's like, or maybe you study law and you might not be a lawyer, but you studied law before and you are able to give advice because of that, or like, you know, certain policies and legal procedures, and that's something that women find incredibly attractive. It's like how smart you are, right? Not that you have to just be a lawyer to be smart, but it has to do with the information that you obtain or retain is information that not just a general person would know. And so a lot of women find that incredibly attractive about you. But you are also very confident with who you are, and you're not afraid to be that. Right? You're not afraid to be optimistic. You're always expanding your knowledge. You're ambitious. You're very much truth oriented and always seeking the truth. You might be a philosopher as well. Some sort of scholar. You are always wandering. I keep hearing that not all who wander are lost, right? But you're very bright, and a lot of women are very attracted to that. I also feel like you're very mysterious too. Like, even though you might seem or feel like you're an open book, like, there's this energy that's coming through where it's like, not a lot of women know what's going on with you and they wish they knew more, right? I think you're like, well, all they have to do is ask. But, you know, most people, when they're attracted to someone, they're not just going to walk up and be like, hey, so tell me about your life, right? Like, not everybody's brave enough to do that. Even if you are, pile 2. Okay, even if you are. So, let's get some more on it. Source, can you tell us some more? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 2? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 2? Yeah, they really are drawn to you. I feel like you could be very good looking as well. Like, very strong looking, very masculine looking. And it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. Like, you just have these very masculine traits to you that are very attractive for women. I'm getting your shoulders, your biceps. Like, you might work out a lot as well. Also, something about your legs. So you could have strong looking legs or very thick legs. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 2? Thank you, Source. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 2? Yeah. 6 of Coins. They feel like they have an ally with you, right? Like, you're not going to just leave them behind. Emperor, yeah. Yep. You are a very strong person. Okay, you could be strong physically too, but I just feel like just strength. You just are very strong when it comes to life. You're very clear about what you want. You're very sure about yourself. It would take something very strange or very wild to knock you off of your equilibrium. Like nothing really shocks you. Like even things that shock normal people, like you're just like, oh, okay, like it's not gonna uproot you from your center, from your peace. You've worked very hard to get to this place. And part of that I feel like is because you've probably seen a lot, right? Especially if you're like someone who learns a lot. Like it wouldn't surprise me if you learn out and about, you know, like you discover the world. You could travel a lot as well, or you could have traveled a lot at some point in your life. You're a very well-rounded person, and you have a lot of knowledge about different places and things that are going on around the world that a lot of people don't. Like you could stay up on current events, could watch the news. I feel like if you do watch the news, it's more about certain places that you're interested in, or like places that maybe you've traveled to, or maybe you've connected with certain people and you want to make sure that they're okay. You know, it's like you just really have this sense about you where you take care of the people who really matter to you. You take care of these people who are, it's like taking them under your wing. That's what I keep hearing. So women find that very attractive. Like they know that if that you care about them, you're going to take them under your wing. I feel like also like you're very attractive in the sense where when women try to talk to you, they might stutter a little bit or stumble over their words, because I keep stumbling right now. And so it's like I feel like you're so attractive, or they find you so attractive that they stumble over what it is that they want to say, or they can't quite form a sentence. So it's like they might not be stumbling over their words, but they might be saying things like, me speak good English, like, and you're like, what is going on? You know, just because they can't really form the sentence that they want to say. It's like you ask them a question and they answer with like, you know, it's like, you're like, hey, do you need that paperwork that I finished? I've got it done. I just have to bring you the folder. Do you need that right now? And they're like, I had a great day. And you're like, huh? What? Oh, that's not even what I asked you. And then they realize and they're like, oh my gosh, I do need that. Could you bring that over to me? Like, and then they feel like they might get really red and you might embarrass them, or they might be embarrassed. And it's like, just because they're trying to like be cool around you, they're trying to be seen by you. Yeah, look, we've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom. What did I say? There's only one of you, and look, this image, there's like all these little dolls. Like, yeah, this is a trip. They find you incredibly attractive and definitely want like your love. They want your time and your energy. It wouldn't surprise me, pile two. And remember, like, I'm going to say what's coming through. So if it doesn't resonate, just leave it alone. But for someone here, you're definitely a player, or you have been a player in your life. You know, maybe you've learned your ways. Maybe you haven't. Who cares? Like, you own your energy where you're at. It's cool. Like, you know, if you don't own yourself, no one else will. But I do feel like at some point in time with the Knight of Wands coming out, like, you're definitely a player, or you are seen as a player. Someone that, you know, they'll never have access to, because you might get the pick of the litter, or that sounds so weird, but okay. Or you might just have the cream of the crop, right? Like you can pick out whoever you want. You can get together with whatever woman you want. And it's like, they just feel like they're so basic. And like, what would ever bring you to want to be attracted to them? There's a lot of women who feel this way, but I do feel like you also network a lot. And it's interesting with the Hermit here, like you could have resonated with pile number 1 too. And if not, that's okay. I'm just saying, some people do watch all of the piles. So, but I do feel like someone here is from pile number 1 as well and getting further messages. But I do feel like you actually stick to yourself a lot. Like, so you might be seen as a player. Again, take what resonates, right? You might be seen as a player, but you might not actually be a player. I do feel like you spend a lot of time alone. Or maybe when you were younger, you know, you could have been a player and now you're just like, no, that life has long left me behind. Like, I don't do that anymore. Yeah, you're very grounded, very sure of yourself, right? Like very sure of yourself, very confident, very collected. Like you might not ever feel that way, or there might be days when you're like, I'm really not that together. Like, I think people got it wrong, you know, but when people, like, especially women, when they see you, they feel like you know exactly what you want out of life, like where you're going, what your goals are, where you're headed. Like, they feel like you've got it all together and you're not missing any steps. And I do feel like sometimes you're not sure of yourself, but This is what women find incredibly attractive about you, is because you give off this energy about you where it's like, I know where I'm going. I'm on my north node. I am doing what I love. I'm doing the things that I care about. I'm very stable. I'm not afraid to start things new. I'm not afraid to live the life that I want and build something from scratch. And I'm not afraid to learn from past mistakes. Yeah, it's like a very interesting energy. Let's see. Like, you're very practical, you're commanding yeah, a very commanding energy. You're very protective. You could be, ooh, okay, yeah, I'm glad that came through. I was wondering about that too. But with his outfit here, you could be in the military, like, or have been in the military and served. And so that definitely continues to be a part of your energy where you're just very commanding. You're very practical, also pragmatic. Like, that's, like, I feel like you're just a positive person in general, right? Very warm. Sometimes you're very romantic. I do feel like you're very spiritual as well, or like you're very much in this, like, what is it? It's not about religion, it's about faith. And I feel like that's what you're leaning towards. And overall, they're just very attracted to how stable you are, and how it's interesting because that's a message that was from pile one, is how stable you are. But I feel like for you, pile number two, it's about your personality and how bright you are and how sunshiny, right? Like, I go back to that. It's a bright, bright, bright sunshining day, right? So I feel like you're just a very sunshiny person. Like, you're just happy-go-lucky. Why do I see that movie? What is it called? Tag? Okay, it's like where these four friends, they're playing tag, and they've been playing a game of tag since they were kids, and they literally play this game of tag, and they're all adults, and they're still playing it, and like, it's gotten absolutely out of hand. But I feel like you have that same type of personality where, like, this is something that you would do, is have a lifelong game like that with your friends, and it would just be fun and games, and you all would just be having a great time, and you bring the party. I feel like a lot of women are very attracted to you because of that, like secretly attracted to you. So maybe they've met some of your friends from the past, or they've seen you in action, or maybe they've seen you at the club, or they've seen you at a party, or they've seen you at some type of get together. Oh, I just heard like a what is that called? Oh my gosh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. I can almost, it's right there. It's right there. What is it? I was gonna say it's a buffet, but it's not a buffet. What is it? A potluck. Oh my gosh, I heard someone say it. Thank you. Thank you. Like potluck, like, and you bring the party, at a potluck for your company or something like that. You could be the owner, a manager. You could have a high-ranking position here. You could be a high-ranking military official as well. But I also feel like this is just saying, like, you're just very stable and calm, cool and collected, and you definitely take care of the people in your life. I feel like this wants to be over the Emperor here with the Four of Swords and postponement. It's interesting because I keep getting energy from you, like, where you might feel like you're not these things. Like, you're like, oh no, they've got it wrong. Like, I'm not like that at all. And for you and for a lot of women, it's always like on the outside looking in. I feel like a lot of women are actually feeling the same way that you're feeling about themselves, that you feel about yourself. So like, oh, they don't belong, or like feeling like, like I have a hard time figuring out what I want. Sometimes you're indecisive, but you don't appear that way. Right? And I also feel like, too, the thing that I should mention here, pile two, is oftentimes the people who hold the biggest smiles in life have dealt with the most difficult problems. And so I feel like that's something that you absolutely may have from your past, is that you've experienced a lot of hardships and a lot of difficulties and a lot of grief and a lot of sorrow and maybe a lot of betrayal. And like things that people might not ever even understand or even begin to understand. And it's not that you're alone in that. I just feel like it's things that, like, especially if you were military, like there's certain things that people, unless you've been in military, would understand or would know, right? That's what it feels like. It just feels like your circumstances just put you in a very small bracket of people who would be able to empathize with you and understand your situation. And so it's like, instead of being bogged down by that, you always promised yourself that you would show up with a smile on your face. And so I feel like there's this air of mystery to you that women are definitely, drawn to. But it's like a sadness in your eye. It's almost like your smile never quite reaches your eyes. But it takes women who are very attuned to actually pick up on that. And I feel like that's the Four of Swords energy here, is like, it's women who are very attuned to their own process and their own injuries in life and their own wounds in life. They see that, and that makes you even more attractive to them. Can you please clarify the Six of Coins here, source? Okay, yeah, the Six of Wands. Yeah, when I said ally, like, they see you as an ally. Like you are someone that they feel like they could rely on. They feel like you would always be there to celebrate them. Like, again, the life of the party, that energy here. You're a very strong person with the tiger here. Someone that would never let them down. What do we have? Beyond illusion, with the Judgment card coming out here. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like you're very spiritual. I feel like you notice people, like, you have a very good sense of discernment. And so your circle might be very small. Like, even if you don't have friends from way back in the day, like, the people that you do keep close to, it's a very small circle of people that you keep close to you. And it's because you know these people's intentions and you know how they feel about you. And you know that you share a lot of similarities with each other. And it's like, I keep hearing, like, we would put our hands in the fire for each other. And so it's like, maybe these women have seen you with your friends or with your homies or with your buddies, right? Whatever you want to call them. But it's like, you're like a group of people that are inseparable. Even if it's only one or two, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's just, they've seen you with these people and they're like, wow, they really have these close bonds. With the 7th house coming out, it makes sense. Like, you have these really strong bonds with someone that they see, and that's something that they feel like, that's why you're marriage material, that's why you're relationship material, is because you've gone the distance with this connection and you've built that up, and it's what you two see in each other, what you and these other people see in each other. It's beyond this world, right? It's like, especially if you were in military, like, the only thing that they're showing me here is, if you were in military, like, you're going to understand this even deeper, but it's like the brotherhood, right? Or even the sisterhood. It's like this, you don't share the same blood, but you're a deeper bond than blood. Okay. So that's what they're showing me here. And even if you weren't in the military, like, that's something that I feel like a lot of women find so attractive about you. Or maybe you have pictures of them, or you have talked about them before, and it's the way that you talk about these friendships, these bonds, these connections, that women are secretly thinking, like, wow, pile number 2 is totally relationship material, totally marriage material. Like, they would always be there for their family. Yeah, we have 21 with the World here in completion. It's interesting because this is giving me that, look at how sad these eyes look right now. Like, they're not always looking sad, but right now they really do look sad. And it goes back to this Four of Swords energy. It's almost like you've had to put yourself back together from something that just shattered you. That's what I'm saying. There's an air of mystery about you, but it's so much deeper than mystery. Like I said, I feel like you're like an open book. And a lot of people are like, but you're so mysterious. And it's like, actually, the thing that you're most mysterious about is there's something that you don't share with a lot of people. And it's a broken heart of sorts. And, it's just like, I feel like there's a lot of grief that's connected to that. And I feel like it shattered you at some point, and you had to basically glue yourself back together. And in doing so, that's what I said. It's like you promised yourself you were never going to show that part to the world, or you were never going to show this pain to the world, because the world didn't deserve to see it. And there's a lot of women who feel that that's incredibly mysterious, but there's also a group of women here who see beyond that. They see it a lot deeper than that. They see that there's something there. It's not that you're hiding. It's just that there's something there that's very vulnerable for you. And they can sense that that vulnerability is what makes you who you are. And that if they were ever to tap into that, they would know a part of you that very few people would ever even have access to. Source, why do women secretly attracted to pile number 2? Okay, we got Sagittarius flipping over again. You could be a Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sagittarius in the 2nd house, the 6th house, the 4th house, the 3rd house, the 12th house. You could have a fire trine in your chart. We have optimism, exploration, and freedom. Yeah, so you definitely feel like you could have traveled the world, or you're very well traveled, very well versed, very well rounded person. Freedom, you like everything you do, it's just like fun and free. And it's like, I feel like because you've experienced some really difficult things in life, like it's just like, I have to live my life because I've seen when you don't, or when you're, what is that saying? Like, if you're afraid to die, don't be afraid to live. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the saying. Like, I feel like you're like an embodiment of that. And that's something that women find incredibly attractive. We've got trine energy, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. It seems like everything works out for you too. Women are attracted to that. It's like you're able to put forth the effort and everything works out for you. Yeah, Neptune, dream and transcend. This is that mystery that's coming in. And a lot of women might be painting that mystery with their own illusions, with their own, reflections and stuff. But I feel like there are a group of women here who are very intuitive, very knowing. And they see that you're covering up a very vulnerable piece of yourself. But it's like that vulnerability is actually something that it's very deep. And not very many people get to, it's like the fountain of youth. I don't know why I just heard that, but that's what came in. It's like the fountain of youth. It's like, that's what keeps you young. Like, that's what keeps you going and motivated to do things. It's because of whatever it was that hurt you in the past. We have be playful with 51, which is 6. We have 6, 6, and 6 coming out here, which is balance, resolution, solution, seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine. So being playful here, yeah, you have a very playful spirit, very fun, very free, like I was saying, the tag energy, right? So you're very free spirit. On the bottom, we have miracles are endless. Look, 1551. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I love that 5115 coming out for you. Yeah, I feel like maybe you feel like it's a miracle that you're even here today, right? And maybe you had a really rough past, like a really hard past, like a hard life. Like I'm like blood in, blood out type hard. Okay, if you know what that movie is, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into details about it, but you know what I mean? Like a really hard life, okay? I don't know why they gave me that, but that just came through. But so I feel like for some of you, pile 2, like you definitely feel like it's a miracle that you're even here. And it's like, well, since I'm here, since Source is giving me the time to be here, I'm going to make the most of what I have. And so that's another reason why women are so secretly attracted to you. What else, Source? What else would you like to tell pile number 2? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 2? Wow. Okay. I'm going to take them. Digital whisper. That's an interesting one. Connections feel real but lack depth and craving physical touch while trapped in screens. Embracing each other digitally but longing for touch remains. It's an erratic, tumultuous connection that is damaging and poisonous. Okay, so I feel like a lot of women do reach out to you. But this is what I was saying. Like, I feel like this is that energy that they're bringing. It's just not... it's like... I don't know, like, I'm just not down with that. Like, I'm not in it like you are, right? Or I like someone else, or maybe you're already married, or maybe you already have somebody in your life, you know? It's like, I feel like you might be flattered by all the women who come forward, but there's something that, like, also holds you back from just stepping into meaningless connections with them. And that also makes you even more attractive. We have Messiah, like, serving humanity with humility. And the shadow is exaggerated beliefs that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Yeah, so I feel like you're someone who definitely does help out others a lot. You help others see a brighter side of life, too. Brighter Days. I feel like that's a song that you should check out. It's by Sigala. Sigala, Sigala. It's Brighter Days. You should check out that song. That might have more meaning for you as well. We have Sunken Treasure. Look, discover hidden riches within yourself and trust that abundance flows where intention goes. So there's something that's hidden about you. Like, there's a part of you that you keep hidden, but the ones that are actually intuitive and not just looking at the physical and who are, you know, have good discernment as well, the women who do, they see that there's a gem inside of you that's actually a huge vulnerability for you that you don't share with a lot. So this is a shadow. Brief affair. Brace for a sudden ending. Short but sweet, can't last. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like, you're not into this whole, like, one night stand thing. Maybe at one point you were. Didn't I say that, like, maybe you were looked at as like a player at one point in your life? And I feel like that's just like old news now. Like, you're just not into it anymore. Or it's something that you're getting tired of. Social mask. Wearing a mask to hide true emotions. Avoid vulnerability. Offering surface smiles to hide deeper pain. I can't make this stuff up. Wow. Like, holy crap. Holy crap. That's what I've been saying. Like, you have the biggest smile only because you've been through some of the hardest things. Interest. Yep. Chasing material gain at the cost of deeper connections. Valuing wealth over emotional bonds. Profit prioritized, heart overlooked. So, and maybe this is something else too. Like, you don't have these deeper connections with others, or you haven't. And so you've chased the money aspect, and now you're well off, and you might, you know, wear really nice clothes. I feel like you're very, very presentable. Like, there's this energy, like, where you wear really nice suits, or you wear, you know, drive a really nice car, or you're always upgrading your car, or like you have a really nice home. Like, maybe you live in a really, really beautiful condo or something like that. And it's like women notice that, and so they are also attracted to that as well. I mean, we're going to get both here, right? We've got Shredder. I want to awaken your memories of us, but is it too late? Will you grasp the depth of our bond or misunderstand my intentions? Yeah, and so there are some here who feel like you might misunderstand the fact that they see the deeper part of you, and they feel like you would shred them apart. But I also feel like that's the other thing, too, that's coming through with this energy, is that you're really a mystery to a lot of women. Says time's relentless advance. When I'm with you, time seems to rewind. It's like we've always known each other. You feel like a forgotten part of me. We share a bond that transcends lifetimes. This goes back to that playful energy as well. I feel like you're just honestly a really happy-go-lucky person, and people feel young again when they're with you. Judge. Balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, and the shadow is offering only destructive criticism, misusing business or criminal authority. What was I saying? Didn't I say that in yours here? Like, you could be a lawyer, maybe you're a judge. That'd be cool. Wow, that's awesome if you're on my channel. You could be a judge or working towards being a judge. You could be a lawyer, paralegal, like the legal coming back in again. Bully. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. The shadow conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Yeah, I feel like you've had to deal with bullying in the past, or maybe you were even in this energy at one point in time, and like I said, like, life has brought you to this place where now you're seeing things from a different place and you stand up for the people that you love. Like, that's that energy that women really, really are secretly attracted to you, because you're always dealing with the internal fears of yourself, and you're standing up for the people you care about the most. We have whales. Tap into your inner wisdom and navigate life steps with grace and majesty. There's something deeper to you. A lot of women know it, but they can't quite put their finger on it. It's just like, you know, they're kind of like asking, did you get your hair cut? And you're like, no. Did you change your suit? No. Like, that's what it is. They can't quite put their finger on it. And the shadow aspect here. Wow, look at this. Childish. Someone has to be the adult in the room. Maybe the term should be grow up or get out. So you could have dealt with a really, really rough childhood. This could have been people who you had in your life that were very childish, and you had to be the adult in situations. That fairness, being the judge, the jury, the executioner type energy coming in here. It's like you've had to overcome a lot. And I feel like maybe this was you in your past life as well. You know, like a past life doesn't have to mean another lifetime. It could just mean whatever you lived up until this moment. That player energy that you had to let go of, right? Had to grow up from. I'm going to get some descriptions for you, pile number 2. This is a little bit loud, so if you have sensitive ears, feel free to mute it. And then when I'm done, I'll put my hands in the screen like this so that you know we're coming back. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Source, can you give us some description messages for pile number 2? Can you give us some description messages for pile number 2? Oh, okay. All right. Alright, let me get these sorted here. Okay, this one wants to be open first. Alright, let's see. Why do women secretly think you are attractive? Button nose. So, yeah, this came out in pile number 1, too. There's a ton of things in here, so... But we'll see what all comes out here. Shy. You could be shy. I feel like you're very outgoing, but I feel like if women approach you, you might be shy around women now, or that might be something that, like, now if you did have this energy in the past, now it's like, well, I don't really know how to approach women from a, I'm not just trying to get you in my bed type energy, right? Homewrecker, yeah. So you're definitely seen as a player type, okay? Now, it's nothing personal. It's actually something that women are attracted to because they feel like they could do anything with you, and they feel like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't have to hold back if I was with pile number 2. Bedroom eyes. Turned up nose. Hot, and not just hot, but hot. Yeah, you're really good looking. You're on fire. All right, what do we got? Come here. Family member. Okay, so you're like very family oriented. I feel like that's what I was saying too earlier with like your friends. Like, they're like your family, right? That bond is thicker than blood. Hourglass figure. Okay, so that really attracted to your figure. Didn't I say earlier in the beginning it has something to do with your legs? Yeah, Sagittarius rules the thighs, so something about your thighs too. Pensive. Okay. Quiet. I feel like this is a very, very specific message, because I don't feel like most of the people here for pile number 2 are quiet. I do, however, feel like you only say what is necessary to be said. Like, you don't say extra words. Okay, you could be a fixed sign, so you could be an Aquarius, a Leo, Aquarius, or did I say Aquarius? Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio. Blonde hair. Okay, so you could have blonde hair. Or like, you know, the tips dyed or something like that. Is that even a thing anymore? Reliable. I couldn't even read my own handwriting. Almost ripped it. Almost ripped it in half. Great. Reliable. I couldn't even read what I wrote. Jeez. crooked nose. So something about your nose. Like, we had that for pile number 1, too. There's so many nose ones that came out, but different ones, too. Wow, excuse me. No, didn't I say you could be a professor? Teacher and professor came out. Oh my gosh, I'm like losing my voice. What the heck is going on? Holy Toledo, square jaw. Oh, I can't with you, pile number 2. I'm pretty sure I said there's something about your jaw earlier in the beginning. Like, it's square, very strong. Oh my jeebus. Okay, here we go. Persistent, yeah. So these are things that women are secretly attracted to you. These energies, if any of them resonated with you. I like to get them, even though not all of them will resonate with everyone, but I do like to get them. It's just been a while since I brought them out. Let's take a look at your card and see what came through for you. We have the Crow with magic. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? The Crow right there. Okay. I feel like you are incredibly spiritual, and that's something that a lot of women find incredibly attractive, because not very many, I feel like this is really for masculines here, or you have masculine energy, you really might identify more with a masculine. Again, you don't have to, you could be a feminine on here as well, right? But I feel like that's just something that for masculine energies is not as common as you'd think, and so it's actually very attractive when it happens. So this is a crow, known for its intelligent mystery, symbolizes magic, transformation, and hidden knowledge. Crows are often seen as messengers from the unseen world, representing the power of intuition and deeper truths. This card suggests that magic and change are at play in your life, and you should trust in the unknown. The crow reminds you that not everything is as it seems, and hidden forces may be guiding you. Embrace the magic and mystery around you. Trust in the unseen and be open to transformation. The reverse is you may be dismissing the magic in your life or relying too much on logic. Consider whether you're closing yourself off to the possibilities. The questions are, how can I connect more with the magic in my life? Am I dismissing the unknown or the unexplained? And what hidden forces might be at work? Yeah, so they just think that you're very magical, very spiritual, very different. And they really, really are attracted to you because you give off this energy it's just mysterious. There's so much mystery about you, which magic is mystery, right? Oh, I love this reading for you, pile number 2. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little crow emoji down below and say, I embrace my inner magic and mystery, and I allow myself to shine brightly in the outer realm, knowing that that is a deep part of who I am. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming through to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful shell, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on why are women secretly attracted to you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out, why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3 source? What would you like to share with them today? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? What messages would you like to come through today? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? What would you like to say today, source? All right, so we've got Jupiter, the 4th house, and Virgo energy. You're lucky. Now, they're secretly attracted to you. I feel like they feel like they're lucky to know you. You're like a very peaceful person. You remind them of home. You're very calm and collected and very organized, and you pay attention to the small details. I feel like for them, like, you notice if someone gets a haircut. It's like you're gonna say something. Hey, did you get a haircut? Or if someone changes their hair color, did you change your hair color? Like, you're gonna say it, and you're gonna notice, like, oh, hey, you lost some weight. I noticed you're looking really good today. Like, and even though that might seem like people are like, oh my gosh, that's too much, don't say that. Like, it's not. Like, you make a lot of women's days by just paying attention to the small details. And I feel like that's like, maybe you're an accountant, that's like very clearly coming through here, or your job is to pay attention to those very minute details, and it's just something that you've done so frequently in your life, you can't help but do it in all aspects of your life, right? Like, it just happens. It's not like you're going out of your way to pay attention to every single woman in your life, or every single person for that matter. It's just because you've always had to pay attention to the little details, you naturally see the small details. Right? Like, even if someone clips their nails, like, it's something you're going to notice. Even if their nails aren't that long to begin with, you're just going to notice those little things, like very little things. And I feel like women are really secretly attracted to you because of that. Like, you're noticing things that no one else notices, right? Like, they may get their hair cut drastically, and their husbands or their wives or their partners are like, don't even say anything. And yet here you are, pile number 3. Wow, you cut your hair. It looks really nice. Like, I like that on you. And they're like, how is it that you notice, but my honey at home hasn't said anything to me? Like, I don't, it's like it's in your personality. You're just naturally going to notice those things. Also, you seem very nurturing. Like, you would make a great parent. You could be in real estate or banking. Yeah. You seem like you're very in touch with your emotions. Like, you're very loyal and logical. You're very responsible. Like, you also very much are connected to your routines. Like, you do things in a very specific way every day. So at times you might seem predictable, but when you show up for people, you're always unpredictable. So it's like you might have a very predictable routine, but you as a person are actually unpredictable. And women find that incredibly attractive, and they're very secretly attracted to that. You're a very abundant person, and you're always growing. Like, you're always growing your knowledge, you're expanding what you know. You seem to be very understanding of others. You may be very financially well off. You don't have to be, but you appear to be. Maybe you work in foreign affairs. I do feel like you're always looking for or seeking a way to cultivate happiness within, and so you're seen as someone that's very happy and very grateful for life, very grateful for where you're at. And you like things to be fair. You're have a good will and good nature. A very thoughtful heart. That's what I heard right now. Aw, you're a sweet pea. I love that. Thank you for being you, pile number 3. Aw. Just a good, genuine person. Yeah. Alright, Source, why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? What more can you share with us? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? It's almost like you found the key to life. Like, even if things happen, it just seems like nothing really bothers you. Like, people don't bother you. Circumstances don't bother you. Situations don't bother you. Situationships don't bother you. Like, how people show up, like, nothing really seems to bother you at all. You're just taking it all in. Thank you. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? Yeah, you're like a very innocent person. Oh, I love your energy. You don't have to be innocent. You might, what is it? Be a freak in the sheets and all that stuff. Like, you might not be innocent at all, but you appear to be very innocent. Your energy is very innocent. Like, you really are a genuine person. Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? Yeah. You're very connected, but you've had a lot of broken hearts in your life. Like, people hung you out to dry. Right, and it's interesting because this does depict what would be in probably the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, where it's talking about a broken heart, betrayal, hurt, pain. But I read the Tarot Marseille, and the Tarot Marseille talks about getting divine intervention. And so I feel like that's one of the lucky things for you, is like Source comes in and helps dish out karma where karma is due. It's like, you don't know who your spiritual team is, so don't mess with me. You know, like, I feel like you're that energy. It's like people don't know who your spiritual team is, but when they mess with you, it's like they find out quickly who your spiritual team is. Like, they're not going to be playing around. Like, you might have some ancestors that really go and dish out some stuff to people because they're trying to mess with you. And, you know, I heard Yoruba, or yeah, Yoruba, is that right? I think that's a goddess. Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm gonna look it up real quick so that I can tell you, because it came in so strong right now. Is it Yoruba? Is that, no, that's not a goddess, is it? The Yoruba isn't that like not like a religion, but a faith? Oh, okay, I found it. Okay, Oshun is the Yoruba, is the mother of the Nigerian Yoruba people. Yoruba? So Yoruba, maybe your ancestors are Yorubian. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Please, I really don't know. But yeah, it's like maybe you're really connected with Oshun. And isn't that interesting? I was thinking about that, and it's funny because she's the mother, right? The mother goddess, or the supreme creator. And it says, this beloved goddess holds keys to fertility, success, and prosperity. Okay, so it's just interesting that would come up like all of a sudden. It was so loud when I heard it. It says, claim your throne of divine feminine influence and lead with love. So even though you've been hurt, like maybe you work with Oshun, or you work with maybe some Nigerian gods and goddesses, or your ancestors are Nigerian. That's a really strong, very specific message coming through here. That might not resonate with everyone, but that's a very strong message. So I have to say it. So if not, maybe you do specific work with your own ancestors, and they definitely go to bat for you. Like, they're helping you. They're helping to protect you from people who would do you dirty. And so a lot of women actually find you secretively attractive because maybe you talk about your ancestors, or maybe you talk about, you know, where you come from, right? And like your roots, and that's something they find really attractive. Like, you're not afraid of where you come from, and it's something that helps strengthen you as a person. We've got the Two of Swords. Isn't that interesting? 3 and 2. You've outgrown something. So they've watched you outgrow something and move on. And you're also on the path to a positive outcome. So you're in this place of really, really calling in luck for yourself, really calling in abundance for yourself. Excuse me. I feel like you're feeling very abundant internally. And that abundance is like anytime anybody, man or woman, comes into your energy, that abundant feeling is like washing over them as well. And so anytime they're around you, pile 3, like they feel abundant too. And so women are secretly attracted to that abundant feeling, because it's like, you know, when you feel like $1 million, you look like $1 million, you know. That's the type of energy coming in. All right, so on the bottom of the deck, We've got the Magician. Yes, you're a manifester. Hey, I love that, especially with this Jupiter energy. It's like women around you have watched you create something from nothing. And they secretly love, and I just heard admire you so much. Like, this is deeper than like just finding you attractive. My apologies, I did not mean to hit the camera. This is more than just finding you attractive. Like, this is like a deep admiration for you, pile 3. They have seen you come up from the trenches. And this has been kind of an underlying message for this entire reading. But if you've watched all 3 piles, I just have to mention this. Leave a purple heart down below. It's for my Purple Heart Club. It's for those of you that choose to watch all 3 piles with me. I know what that means. You can also say I made it. And I really do appreciate you. But I feel like the thing here is like you have been, like there's some women here who have watched you go from the bottom of the ladder and crawled your way up to the top. Like, you have made a name for yourself, or you are making a name for yourself. Like, you're reaching heights unknown, right? Like, that people were scared to reach for, and you're doing it. And that's why women find you are secretly attracted to you as well, because it's like they feel like they could build something with you, and that you're always going to want to grow. Like, you're not going to get to a part of life where you're like, oh, I'm done growing. Like, let's just not do anything anymore. Like, you're always going to be in this energy of like, what's the next thing? And it's not about like always going and always going. It's just about like change is constant. And you've embraced that. And you make change seem like a lucky thing. And that's what women are very attracted to when it comes to you. They feel like you just make change feel like such a good thing. Okay, so we've got the Devil energy here. This is interesting, right? You're a hard worker, number 1. But also there are some women here who are incredibly obsessed with you. You wouldn't surprise me if you've had to, like, you know, cut some people off. You know, restraining orders, or even like blocked people on social media. It's like they can't get enough of you. They have to have your energy. You're just a very bright energy, very loving energy, very kind energy, very sweet energy. It's like not a lot of masculine energies, if you will. Men, women, whatever you identify with, it just feels like very masculine energy, very comfortable with the feminine. Okay, very comfortable embracing the feminine side of themselves. It's like we have both energies within us. And so wherever you're at, I do feel like you're very comfortable embracing the feminine side of yourself. And it almost creates this irresistible energy around you where some women become incredibly obsessed. And also there are women here who want the money that you have, or want the status, or want the wealth. So you could be calling in a huge fortune to yourself here. You could be calling in just great abundance, or you have, you know, very fine taste, very luxurious taste that you just, that's who you are. And, you know, like a lot of women want that. They want to be the one that you shower your affections on. And so it does feel like there's a lot of women here who, it's interesting. I'm getting such a weird energy right now. Like I have a weird feeling in my head. I do feel like there's someone here who's been trying to cast a spell to manifest you. Like this is not like a, I want to manifest you because I love you. And please don't freak out. Like when these energies come through, like it's not to freak you out. It's just to remind you to always stay in your power and to, you know, do your protection, do your meditations, do your cord cutting, like whatever it is that you need to do to protect yourself. Always do those things. Like that's, you're so much more powerful than energy. Like we are the embodiment of energy. So we have to remind ourselves how powerful we are. But I just feel like there's someone here, or there's a group of women here who have tried to cast a spell on you to manifest you as theirs. And I feel like this is someone that you just don't get along with at all. Like there's no time, place, or energy in the world that would ever be like, yeah, that's the person for me. And I feel like whoever she is, like she cannot handle that. Like she just cannot. She's just not down with it. I feel like you're a very independent person. Like, you're very independent. You do things by yourself. You go out of your way to create the life that you desire. And so a lot of women are very incredibly attracted to you because of this. Let's get some clarifiers. Can we please clarify this reading, source? Okay. Yeah, awareness. I'm maybe not saying anything new to you. Like, you might actually know someone who has tried to cast a spell on you or has tried to have a spell cast on you. Like, that might be something you know about, which is why the Yorubian ancestors may have come in as well. Like, it was so strong. It was so strong. Anyways, or your ancestors have told you, or your ancestors are working with you to help keep that energy at bay. Like, realizing that you're burning it away, right? Like, they feel trapped by you, but you're burning it away. This is not, okay, this is not like soulmate energy. That's not what this is. This is someone who wants to possess you. Oh, it's just such a weird energy. Like, okay. So anyways, we have this awareness. It's like, I feel like you've been aware of this, or this is maybe a narcissist from you connected with at one point. Maybe this could be an ex that's coming in. I heard Pisces energy so strong. Like, you could be a Pisces or have a Pisces Venus, Pisces in the 7th house, Pisces in the 6th house, or in the 1st house as well. You're rising. Yeah, Piscean energy for some reason coming through. This could be a Cancer that you were dealing with, a Capricorn, Libra, Virgo, Sag. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. What else, source? Why are women secretly attracted? Yeah, I can't make this stuff up. This very feminine energy. With the Queen of Cups coming out here, like, you're in this very, and I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, like you're a girly girl or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. Like, you're very intuitive, you're very compassionate, you're very open and giving, and you give without expectation, but you also give with just the kindness of who you are. It's like you're unfolding into a deeper truth of yourself and really embodying that to a whole nother level here. Okay, thank you. Compromise with the 6 of Coins. Yeah. Like, I feel like the thing here is like compromise is like there's someone here who's not willing to compromise. Like, maybe you're in their life still. Could be a baby's mama. Baby mama drama, I heard. I feel like they're not willing to compromise. Like, this isn't good enough. Like, I need more. But I feel like you're trying to be as grounded as you can when it comes to that. I also feel like just in general, like you're willing to do what it takes to get to the next level and to make sure that you're surrounded by people who are going to lift you up, because you've walked away from energies like this, right? Because the Devil is a 15 card, and when we break it down, it's 6. We have a 6 of Coins here, and so we have this new perspective that's coming in, but we also have this energy of finding a resolution and a solution to the situation. So it's like you've had to grow and be this person, be the bigger person. And so women find that secretly attractive as well, because it's like you're not trying to cause drama. You're trying to do everything in your power to ensure that drama is at bay. And you come off as a very strong person because of that. Yeah, isolation with the 3 of Swords. We started with the 3 of Swords. We're ending with the 3 of Swords. This could be someone that broke your heart. And so the women that are around you right now, they could have been there when this happened. Yeah, comparison. Interesting. Look, in the Lovers under that with schizophrenia. Okay. This was a choice you had to make to walk away from something. And it was very difficult for you. And I feel like you had to isolate yourself for a time so that you could heal from it. And Source brought you into this place of beginning to really love yourself. And I feel like you really do love yourself, pile number 3. And that love actually pours out to other people constantly, because you're always giving back to yourself and always working on manifesting what it is that you want. And you've embraced your darkness, and you've come into this place of being really honest with yourself about everything and everyone. And so you're like no bars hold, right? Like you're just basically like, if I need to say something, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to be like, oh, did I say the right thing? I'm just going to say it and let it lie where it lands at. And so I feel like that's something that people really are stunned by. Not just women. It's interesting because I'm getting people in your reading, like a lot of people. So it's like, you're overall just a very attractive person, an attractive soul, and you manifest a lot of abundance in your life, and that's something that men and women alike are very attracted to. It's interesting because I feel like maybe you're bi. You could be bi. I mean, that's a very specific message too, but I also feel like it's more than that. It's just that they see you being so successful. That admiration keeps coming back. It's like more than just attractiveness. It's like Source wants to remind you that you are actually admired by a lot of people. Like there's a lot of people who look up to you and who are like, without pile number 3, like I don't know where I'd be. So you give a lot of people hope, and you give a lot of people awareness of things that they wouldn't have otherwise noticed, coming with these difficult situations. So, and I feel like it's just about you being you. It's not like you're necessarily sharing anything in particular or saying anything in particular. It's just you've gone through so much healing. And Source has helped you through so much that like you're basically the embodiment of your truest self. And the more that you grow, the more you're embodying that true self within. And it's so strong and powerful, and it's resonating out to everyone. And so women are absolutely attracted to that, but also men can't help but be attracted to you as well. I know this is for women, but it's just so, it's like, it's just more than just attraction though. It's like women think they're in love, but also it's just this admiration. I admire you, pile 3. I admire you. It's so big. It's actually kind of overwhelming. It's so big though. It's such a big energy. It's like not very many people have gone to this length of really truly healing themselves the way that you have. And so when people, and especially when women are in your presence, like I said, you notice those very minute things. And because you've healed, like this love washes over them. And so they feel like, oh, I'm in love with pile number 3 because pile 3 must be in love with me. But I feel like you're just so in love with yourself, and you're so in love with Source and the divine. And you've got this beautiful connection of you, and you trust that blindly, and you're not worried about it because you've gone through the questioning phase, and you've stumbled into your faith, and you're really relying on your faith. And it's like, that is something that it's like people think that you're in love with them, but I feel like more than anything, they're feeling the support of you just being you. And they're like, wow, like, I'm just so glad to know pile number 3. That's really what it feels like. I'm just so glad to know pile number 3. You help them let go of broken hearts. You help them let go of people who've hurt them. You help them let go of situations that they don't want to be in. You help them let go. And so women have never had this before. They've never had another person in their life that has given them this guidance. And you're just being you, and you being you is that guidance in and of itself. And so you're helping them to traverse very difficult waters, and they can't help but be attracted to you because of that. This is more than physical though. There's like nothing physical about this. It doesn't matter how you look. This is more than your physical being. This has to do with the energy that you cultivated over the years of healing, and over the time spent working on yourself and coming into that very peaceful, abundant internal place. Wow, I love your reading, pile 3. I'm sorry you've had to go through so much hurt and pain to get here, but I am so proud of you for getting to this place of honoring and receiving yourself. What else would you like to say, Source, for pile number 3? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? All right, on the bottom, yeah, look, we have surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Did I not just say that? Like, you make change seem easy or something like that? Did I say that on your pile? I'm pretty sure I said that on your pile. Like, you're always embracing change. Like, Like, you just always are okay with it. I'm pretty sure I said that on your pile. If I didn't, maybe it was another pile. I don't know. It's been a long day already. But yeah, you are just very fluid. Look, spirit has your back. Look, with the eagle spirit. Yes, I love this because it's exactly what it feels like. It's like you just see things from such a high perspective, and it's like you might share your words of wisdom and you might not have much to say at all. It's just like you just know, it's like it doesn't matter. As long as I'm me and I let source speak through me, I'll always be okay. And source uses you as a channel for a lot of times. It's not just channeling, it's like also it's like being touched by the divine. That's really what this energy is. And so it's like when women come into contact with you, they feel like they've been touched by the divine, and it's like they feel like that's you, but you also know it's so much deeper than that. And that's what it feels like. And so it's because of how you are and how connected you are to what you believe in and how you feel about it. It's like all of that is what they are secretly attracted to. And what they're not realizing is like you're being the embodiment of the divine that resides within all of us. And it's actually very poetic if you think about it, right? Like it's incredibly poetic. Look at that. Take time out, healing your heart, right? You had a broken heart. This is like something you took time out to heal. It's like I stepped away from everything so I could focus on my heart and what it was that I needed and what it was that mattered to me. And that is something that impacts women, especially, right? Because it's like women are always trying to figure out how to heal their hearts, and sometimes it's like getting so overwhelmed by their emotions they don't know how to deal with that. And it's because no one's ever taught us how, and it's no plight against anybody. It's just no one ever taught us how to deal with our emotions. And it's like you being you helps them see like, oh, I can deal with my emotions now. Like, I don't have to be so overwhelmed by them. I don't have to be so hurt by them. I can bring things to a close, right? I can let this go. Let's get some of these time or love and money cards here. Let's see. Urgent news, unexpected event, breaking news of unexpected disputes and rising tension, engage in constant battles and facing relentless oppositions. This is interesting because I feel like this is a type of energy that you've let go of. It's like you don't, did I say that earlier? Like you don't want drama. Like you're just not about drama. Like you're just doing your best to ease the energy, and you're doing your best to like make sure that you know, it's like I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to cater to everyone's needs or wishes or hopes. I'm just really trying to be this stable person in life, and I'm not like the baby mama drama stuff that came up too. It's like, right, like I'm not about that. Like I'm trying to help everyone come into this balanced state. You're offering these resolutions, you're offering these solutions by being the example of unconditional love and constantly learning what that is, right? We'll never, in our lifetimes, we'll never fully know what it means to be the embodiment of unconditional love, because it's something that we as humans will never fully understand. But it doesn't mean that we can't learn how to become the best version of that we can with the time that we're given, right? And that's what I feel like you're doing. What else would you like to say for pile number 3, source? Why are women secretly attracted to pile number 3? Overload. So we have process involves too many steps, slows down progress. Delegate responsibilities to avoid burnout. Too many responsibilities and don't let the pressure slow you down. So the thing is like you're not afraid to tell others, like if you can't handle something, you delegate the work, right? And that helps you really come into the centered place. And I feel like that's another reason why women are secretly attracted to you, is like you're not trying to take on the whole world, right? Like you're like, I got way too many things to be dealing with everybody else's problems and their mom too. Like other people need to help. And so when it's necessary, you're definitely delegating. So we had 2 come out. We've got peeping, maintains a facade and guard your privacy with care. Keeping secrets might protect you for a while, but they won't last. There's definitely women here who are like, these are all 3 women. They're definitely like keeping an eye on you. I do feel like that's that energy I was saying, like that spell work on you. It's like they're always looking up on you. Like, are they ready for me? Are they bringing me in now? Are they trying to manifest me too? I feel like you're so focused on manifesting what matters to you. Like, it's like, even if they did do some spell work on you, like, it's just irrelevant. And I feel like it will come back to bite them in the butt. Like, if you've been with me for any amount of time on the channel, you know I talk about don't do love spells on people because we don't know where that person's at. And it's like, no, we should be able to do that if we want to. And it's like, yeah, but when we're starting to mess with people's free will, it can become dangerous and it can become an infringement on another person, right? And so that's what it feels like here. And I feel like your ancestors are like, no. And it doesn't matter who your ancestors are. I just feel like your ancestors were like, no. And so they helped protect you from that energy overall. And I feel like you might have even known that. Caught intentions, feels a barrier to intimacy, unable to form close relationship, feels powerless in decision making and unable to influence outcomes, believes conflict awaits at every turn, and struggles to find common ground. I feel like this is like, and isn't it funny? The woman is the one that's choking the man here. So I feel like this is a thing. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of very difficult women in your life, and maybe you're healing the mother wound, right? Especially coming into that embracing the feminine within, you could have had to deal with and heal the mother wound where you weren't nurtured, or where your mom was maybe overbearing, or where you had a mother energy in your life that was very controlling or ruthless even. And so you had to heal that part of yourself. And so in healing that, you also had to go through a lot of difficult relationships and connections with women that mirrored that. And with this caught in the tension, it's like you finally let that go. And so I do feel like you're very cautious and very reserved when it comes to dealing with women in general. It's like, of course you want good connections, you want those relationships, but it's like you're also not willing to give up your peace just for the sake of having a title. Like, it's like, you either meet me at my level or you don't come at all. Like, come correct or step up or step off. Like, that's the type of energy here. We've got celebration here. In the warmth of this celebration, I was reminded of what we've lost and what we might still find in each other. Yeah, so you're celebrating yourself, okay? And there is a past energy that's coming up. It's been coming up this whole time. I didn't want to mention it, but Source keeps bringing it through. There's a past energy that's like missing you a lot and is trying to really get you to come back. And I feel like you're really done. You're really done. Look, I love this card. Visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. The shadow is selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. That's a thing, like, you have a vision for how you want your life to be and you're going towards it, and things are working out for you. Things are coming together for you. It might be slowly, but it is coming around for you. On the bottom, this came out in another pile too. Look, goddess energy, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow's exploitation of the female nature and form. This is what I was saying. Like, you're in this place of really embracing the feminine in your life. It's like, and feminine energy is receptive, right? So it's like taking action is the masculine energy, and feminine energy is the receptive energy. The ability to receive our blessings, the ability to receive our manifestations. So you've taken all this masculine energy, excuse me, pile 3, and you've done the work. You put forth the effort. And now you're in a period in your life where it's like, I get to sit back and receive because I did all of that. Oh, wow, you're going to get 2 of these. Okay, so we have the Coral Crown. Forgive yourself and others, freeing yourself from the burdens of the past. I love this. And Seaweed, find beauty in vulnerability and let your resilience shine through life's challenges. Yeah, so you face challenges head on. I feel like you're very forgiving of the people who've hurt you in the past because you recognize the lessons that they've left you with. And a lot of women are very secretly attracted to that. Like, you might, if you do have a child with someone else, it's like, maybe when you talk about your child, like, you don't try to blame the mother for anything. Like, you try, it's like, whatever happened between me and her, it's between me and her. Or like, even your exes, like, if you talk about your exes, you're like, it's between me and them. Or if you talk about past women in your life that hurt you really badly, like, you're like, it doesn't matter what they did. Like, you know, I've forgiven them because it was just what it was. And it taught me something that I needed to know. And so because of that, like, you're not holding on to resentment. And that's something that they find incredibly attractive about you, pile 3. We've got seahorses. Embrace your uniqueness and let your gentle spirit carry you through life's currents. I love this confirmation. So I said, like, you're such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, you're such a sweetie pie. I love it. I'm so honored to connect with you, pile 3. You have such a beautiful energy. Okay, like, seriously. It's so sweet and loving and kind. Oh, I just love it. We've got alone. This is a shadow aspect. You feel like you are in this situation all by yourself, but it won't be like this forever. I feel like this is what forced you into really exploring your spirituality even deeper, was because maybe you felt alone for so long, like dealing with a broken heart, dealing with the hurt, dealing with the pain. And exploring spirituality is what helped you realize you were never alone, or exploring with your ancestors, whatever it is that you resonate with. It helped you realize, like, you weren't alone. Like, there are forces in this world that are helping you, and there are energies that are trying to help you succeed. And that helped you really come back to yourself. Scorpio energy, look, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Yeah, so you are very intense energy, right? You also help to expose a lot of people for who they are, and a lot of women especially. And I feel like sometimes they don't like that at all. Like, they might hold that against you. But because you're unaffected by that, there are other women who find you incredibly attractive because you're unaffected by that. We have sextile energy, combination of tension and flow, potential in a rewarding situation. So they see all the things that you've gone through, and they find that that's very attractive as well. Promotion channel, random thoughts and signs of progress guide you upward your upward journey. Numbers appearing frequently signal your steady progress. And isn't that interesting? Because I believe at the beginning I said, like, maybe you're in accounting or something to do with numbers, or something to do maybe banking. And so this is kind of that confirmation for that. But it's also talking about, like, you made steady progression on your journey, and people are seeing it now. Women, men, everybody around you is seeing it. Like, you're definitely in a glow up period of your life right now, pile number 3. Look, child nature, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. And this shadow is tendency to abuse animal, people, in the environment. So again, this very nurturing, loving energy is something that women are deeply attracted to. Oh, they just find it so irresistible. And the shadow, look, secret past, skeletons in the closet, not telling the whole story. Yeah. So there's definitely something from the past that you don't share with a lot of people. It's like, you just, like I said, it's like if you have a baby's mom, you're just like, you know, what happened between me and her is what happened between me and her. Like, people don't need to know the whole story. It's over with, but it made me who I am, and I'm grateful for it. And I've already moved on from that. And so it's like, while you might not be telling everyone, right, where that came from, it's like you're also in this place of, like, not holding it or letting it be a burden. Okay, so let's take a look at your card here. No, we got the eagle, and we got the eagle earlier. Oh my gosh, what an incredible synchronicity for you. We've got freedom. Yeah, you set yourself free. Like, that's the thing here. You're a very free spirit. Oh, I love that. I love that synchronicity for you, pile 3. I love it. I love it. Okay. The eagle is a powerful symbol of freedom and higher consciousness. Exactly. You're so spiritual. I love that. Soaring high in the sky, it represents the ability to rise above earthly concerns and see things from a divine perspective. This card encourages you to seek freedom from whatever is holding you back and to embrace your higher purpose. The eagle reminds you that you have the power to transcend limitations and soar to new heights. It says, embrace your freedom and rise above the limitations that have been holding you back. Now is the time to spread your wings. If it comes out in reverse, it says your pursuit of freedom may be causing you to detach too much from reality. Consider if you need to escape. Your need to escape is leading you away from important responsibilities or relationships. The questions to ponder are, what is holding me back from true freedom? How can I rise above my current limitations? And am I detaching too much in my pursuit of freedom? So this is one thing, like, they just really love how free your spirit is, how free your soul is. Like, you're you know, you're unattached to anything that has to do with the world around you. And it's like, you're successful because of it. You're full of love because of it. It's like the only thing that matters is the connection between you, yourself, your higher self, your ancestors, the divine, your guides, your spirit messengers, whoever it is. Like, that's the only thing that matters to you, is between you and the divine, between you and your divine self. And that gives you a sense of freedom for everyday life. And that's why women are secretly attracted to you. I love this reading so much for you, pile number 3. If you felt like this was your reading, you got to leave it down below. The eagles, leave it down below and say, I am a divine embodiment of my true self. And my light shines so bright in this realm. I cultivate my own happiness. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second and thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angels, source, my spirit guides, and I want to give a special shout out to those of you that your ancestors came through so powerful in this reading. I loved it. So with that being said, until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.